Welcome to TV Guide Close-Up. I'm Nikki Boyer. In this episode, we tell you all about the amazing life of Oscar winner Tom Hanks.
I learned that celebrities are people just like you and me, and they get mad when you take them out of the shower.
The Bosom Buddies star first made a splash back in 1984, and thanks to mega hits like Forrest Gump and The Da Vinci Code, he's continued to rule the box office for over 20 years.
I'm just glad that tonight I was somehow able to dodge one of his fisticuffs.
Over the next hour, we'll share our exclusive interviews with Tom.
It's a dilemma that I think we all can relate to, oddly enough, and I've never shot anybody.
And hear from some of the people who know him best.
Honey, let's not get into this. Let's just wave to our adoring fans.
We reveal the movie magic behind his biggest hits, including Saving Private Ryan, Apollo 13, and Castaway.
It's not that hard to grow a beard. In fact, I'm doing it right now.
We even get the scoop on his latest drama, Charlie Wilson's War. It's all next on TV Guide Network, America's TV headquarters. Thomas Jeffrey Hanks was born on July 9th, 1956 in Concord, California.
When he was young, his parents divorced, and his dad remarried a woman who had 5 children.
It's always hard to fit in when there's a big crowd like that, and I think Tom Hanks had sort of the same feeling that there's so many people, where am I going to fit in?
After high school, where he started acting in plays, Tom went to Sacramento State, where he was studying theater.
In November 1977, 21-year-old Tom became a dad for the first time. A few months after his son Colin was born, Tom married Samantha Dillingham. He would take a number of odd jobs to support himself, including one as a bellman for the Hilton Hotel in Oakland. It was an eye-opening experience.
I once interrupted Chrissy Everett from her shower because I was delivering a bag to her. I learned that celebrities are people just like you and me, and they get mad when you take them out of the shower.
In 1979, Tom came to the Big Apple to really pursue his dreams of acting, and his first film role was in a movie called He Knows You're Alone.
That was a fine film, an epic motion picture masterpiece. I didn't know how to act on camera. I didn't know what I was doing, but they had given me this job to go out in the middle of a freezing December and be some guy in a movie. So I went off and was the best guy in the movie I could figure out how to be.
Tom then had to figure out how to be the best girl he could be.
The part that will always probably haunt him, yet he wouldn't be where he is today without it, is playing a woman. Bosom Buddies was the big break.
We did Bosom Buddies. He was 24, and you know, we thought Bosom Buddies was potentially a dangerous career choice for us, but we found ourselves together in it. We were terrified, so we worked really hard and courageously, I think, in and out of women's clothing.
1982 saw the birth of his second child, daughter Elizabeth. He also starred in the made-for-TV movie Mazes and Monsters. Tom made several guest appearances on some popular TV shows, including a recurring role on the sitcom Family Ties. He even auditioned for the lead role in Risky Business. Around the same time, Ron Howard was looking to cast Splash, and he was given a few tapes of Bosom Buddies to check out.
You know, I'd heard how good he was. But here I watched, you know, parts of 3 episodes. His timing was just impeccable. He was great. He came in and auditioned one day.
You would think he'd exude complete nervousness, you know, and that, like, I want this job stuff, but he didn't. And I was always curious about that.
Right off the bat, I felt comfortable, number one, because the production office was so tacky, and number 2, Brian seemed like a regular guy.
I remember thinking, well, you know, nobody's going to go to a Tom Hanks movie, but if you just care about casting the role, you couldn't get anybody better.
The odds are always against you making a good movie. And the odds are really against you about having a good time making a movie. I think that in the retrospect of having done it, it was a special time, it was a special place. But more than anything else, it was a special, very special conflagration of people and energies.
Tom's follow-up projects were less successful. While Bachelor Party did moderately well, The Man with One Red Shoe and Volunteers bombed. But there was a bright spot.
Volunteers, not exactly the funniest movie. He got to meet his wife again, Rita Wilson, so he got something out of that movie, which is more than most people who went to see it got.
Before Tom would marry Rita Wilson in 1988, he would star in a few more misfires, including The Money Pit with Shelley Long and Nothing in Common opposite Jackie Gleason. His war drama, Every Time We Say Goodbye, made just $279,000. Although Dragnet with Dan Aykroyd rustled up $57 million in the U.S., the actor needed a big hit in a hurry.
The next sort of big bump in the career was when he did Big. He got to play a kid in a grown-up's body, which seemed pretty much suited for a guy with his slightly goofy personality. And critics raved.
I think one of my favorite memories is when Penny Marshall left him alone with a table full of food, and Tom came up with the brilliant idea of eating an ear of baby corn, one kernel at a time. And I think, now I look back on it, I think that's a classic movie moment. Tom eating the corn. That was just something that came out of his head at the last minute.
Big wasn't just big with audiences. Critics loved it, but he also was nominated for an Oscar, and he won a Golden Globe for his performance.
A few months later, Tom played a stand-up comedian in Punchline. Although the film was not a financial hit, the star did earn good reviews for his work. Next up were The Burbs, Turner and Hooch, Joe versus the Volcano, and his biggest career blunder, The Bonfire of the Vanities. On the upside, he and Rita had their first child together. Son Chester Marlin was born August 4th, 1990. Professionally, Tom's career was about to enjoy a major upswing as well.
It was a little bit of a slow transition for Tom Hanks to go from goofy comedy guy to serious actor. And another one that kind of bridged that gap was League of Their Own. He had to be a little dumpy. He had to work with Madonna, and Lord knows that you got to get some battle pay for.
Her throwing technique was pretty much step, step, kick, fling, like it was a choreographed step, step, kick, fling kind of thing.
I'm going to kill Tom for saying that about me.
You're still missing the cutoff, man, and that is something that I'd like you to work on.
To be in a position where I get paid to come and put on a uniform and run around the ball field as much as I want to, and have all my teammates be a bunch of chicks, it's a man's fantasy baseball experience. It's been going on all summer.
The film eventually scored $130 million worldwide, and his next movie would be even bigger.
In Sleepless in Seattle, Tom Hanks stars opposite Meg Ryan, and he plays a widower whose son posts a note, and tons of women call and email and try to get in touch with him.
And like his character, the happily married star did not relish his bachelor days.
Dating is a necessary evil that should really only be thrust upon certainly nobody out of college.
Hanks had another major hit in 1993. That December, he released the critically acclaimed drama, Philadelphia.
I think by page 6, I was ready to say, please let me be a part of it.
I don't recall that glorious document stating that all straight men are created equal.
The role demanded a lot from the actor. Not only did he have to thin out his hair, but he also needed to lose 30 pounds to play the AIDS-ravaged character.
Tom Hanks won a Golden Globe. He won an Academy Award for this role, and it really, really put him on the map as a solid A-list Hollywood actor.
In 1994, Tom made what would be his biggest hit to date, and probably his most beloved.
My name is Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump was a phenomenon, and there were so many different sort of phases and changes in that movie that his character went through, that I think it's probably the main one he'll always be known for.
Stupid is, stupid does, Mrs. Blue.
You know what? I love movies. I'm lucky to be in the motion picture industry in any capacity, and I like nothing better than seeing a good movie and then talking about it afterwards. If you guys feel that way, well, it's the highest praise imaginable.
But there was lots more praise in store for Tom.
He's such a good guy. He's genuinely a good, sweet person, and that comes across in his work.
He's, I believe, always getting better as an actor because he's always challenging himself and pushing himself and demanding more of himself. So he will always be getting better.
I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to have to just work with him, I think, exclusively.
You never know what you're going to get.
Stay right where you are, because when we come back, we reveal why Tom is over the moon.
This is real dream come true stuff here.
And later on, we take you behind the scenes of Charlie Wilson's War. It's all coming up on TV Guide Network, America's TV headquarters.